wanted to come on here and share a little bit about my story or just stuff in life in general. I had a friend many years ago that called me, and she was saying that her life was kind of not in the right place. She wanted to, shift some things and get things where, you know, she could feel, happy with what's going on in her life. She said to me, she says, I noticed you have completely turned your life around. You've completely transformed your life and you're living a life that looks great. And I want to do that. And she was asking me, what did you do? And I told her, I said, you really want to know? And she said, yes. I said, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you. And I said, and you're going to think that it can't be that. That's too simple. There's no way that one thing started to shift and transform your life and, completely change your life. And I said, but it is that simple. It literally is. I said, we all have the ability to think negatively and to have negative thought patterns and do things and respond and react to things, and kind of almost spiral with things, and wonder why things don't get better. They just continue to get worse. But it's because it starts with our thoughts. Believe it or not, it's as simple as that. So I said, just the conscious awareness around the patterns of our negative thought processes, becoming aware and conscious of that allows us to make a choice each time. And we can choose to perpetuate what we've been doing, or we can choose to focus on something that we can be grateful for, focus on something positive, reframe our thoughts around something that we have in a positive light, instead of focusing on whatever we feel is in lack, like we don't have enough of. And that simple thing of making that choice to focus on gratitude and focus on being thankful for something that we have in our life, law of attraction kicks in and more good things come into our life. So it is as simple as starting to shift our mindset, our thoughts and our mindset, and actually making a choice at every turn. And she's like, there's no way. And I'm like, just try it. If you don't believe me, if you're skeptical, try it. I said, try it for 2 weeks, try it for a month, and just see. And she did. She did work with it, and she did try it. And she was like, she was turning her life around. It was amazing watching. And she, empowered herself, and she just, really blossomed into, what she could be proud of. So I just wanted to come on here and let people know that, life can beat us up. It can, kick us around. It can hold us down. Just things in general. We can feel like, things or the world are against us, but that is a perception. That is victim mentality. And you don't have to have victim mentality. You can actually become aware, and instead of focusing on that, shift things in a positive light, not be negative, and choose positivity, choose gratitude, and that'll shift and transform your life. Thanks for listening.